go, bud? Hello, friends. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday. Hi, Theo. Theo is living his best life, and we are headed to do one of my favorite summer activities, which is blueberry picking. How much do you love blueberry picking? I've forced him into doing this every year, but he secretly likes it. So we are headed out to do that. Michigan has really, really great blueberries. I feel like that's something we kind of like take for granted. I don't know. So we go out towards the lake shore, towards, if you're familiar with West Michigan, towards kind of like Grand Haven. So we're gonna do that. We went cherry picking a couple weeks ago. I'd never been cherry picking before, which was fun. Literally did it just to climb a ladder, but we have been using up all of those to kind of prepare for all the influx of blueberries that we're gonna have. So excited to do that today. Then we are going to do our just general errand running. We have a lot of errands to do. I am getting some stuff. If you watched last week's video, my office makeover thing did not go as planned. We're on the right track. We know where we're going with things. So I have one kind of like crafty thing I want to do with that this weekend. And then I mentioned the cherries because tonight I want to test a recipe for like a cherry chicken. So we're just going to have a little fun, creative weekend together and see where it takes us. Relax a little bit. It is where are you? Oh, he's hiding from the camera. It's also someone's birthday tomorrow, yes. We got a lot going on, so buckle up, buttercups, and take you along with me. Okay, guys. Let me show you what I got. So it is much later in the day, finished our errands, and then I just sat on my behind and rested my eyes for a little bit. Okay, what I want to make is a corner shelf plant stand. Really one of the big things is that with the wallpaper that I chose, I don't even think it's the wallpaper, I just think it's like the lighting and whatnot, where I want to sit for filming some stuff. The corner of the wallpaper just looks kind of funny. It's like on an angle. And then I also don't want to like drill into the wallpaper just because like you spend so much time. Like what if I want to change things? So I am going to use a tension rod. I'll put my inspo here. This is what we're going for. Okay, so we have the tension rod here, and then what you do, this is I got from that reel, I found it on Pinterest. I'll link it in the description. You take these little like 1-inch clamps, grab a screwdriver, I think. But anywho, I got these wood discs. So I think I'm gonna either stain or paint black, TBD. But you screw this on here, and this goes around the pole, so it's like a floating kind of thing. Let me do it and I'll show you. Okie dokes, here's what we've got going on for dinner. So in here I just have some chicken that I used some poultry season on, have a little olive oil in there. So I'm just searing those up, not necessarily cooking them all the way. And then this is cherry and balsamic here. Then we're gonna put in some shaved Brussels sprouts after this cooks down a little bit. Well, that's how we're gonna try to do it. And then we got couscous. Okay, my plan of attack here is we're gonna let this cook down a little bit. And then once this thickens, I'm just gonna try, I like to use as few like pans as possible. So instead of cooking those in something else, we're gonna see if this thickens up, then we'll just kind of push it over. I'm actually going to just lightly mash some of these. Should have chopped them, but too late now. I was just thinking, man, I should really be writing this down. Usually as I go, I just jot what I'm doing, the recipe in my notes app, but I have you guys. Okay, so this has been simmering for just about 7 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it to the side and then add the Brussels sprouts over here. Okay, so we have these in here, and these will cook down a little bit, but that worked out pretty nicely. Just push them to the side, and then we're gonna let them in the sauna for a little bit. Okay, so coming along, some feta. Pop this back on. Okay, she's getting nice and melty. Got our Brussels sprouts, and then our couscous, and that is dinner, friends. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, plate this baby up. Does somebody want to go get ice cream? Do you want to go get some ice cream, birthday boy? It's out there. Let's go. It's the birthday boy. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday, boy. It's Theo's 10th birthday. He's 120 months old today. Oh, goodness me. Anywho, it is Sunday, friends, and really this morning was just kind of getting stuff done. I did some work on my office, cleaning up the house, doing laundry, getting ready for the week. And I feel like we're in a pretty good spot for the week. So let me show you. Pretty happy with how my office has turned out. So let me show it to you and I'll explain. You'll see what I'm talking about with the plant thing, the tension rod thing that I was talking about. Let me show you. This is what we've got, friends. Okay, I love it so far. Isn't it cute? It just needed a refresher. We have some, like I said, some big changes coming on. I just feel very, very good with where we're at here. So this is the tension rod that I was talking about. So this is the tension rod pole, and see what I did with these and then these wood things. I actually think I'm gonna paint this black so the shelves are black as well, but I love it. This is gonna be one of my kind of like main filming areas right here. Some workout things coming. These are not lined up. I didn't want to drill into the wallpaper, so they're actually just hanging with fishing wire, but got those from Target. Yeah, love it. Finally, it worked out. Happy Tuesday, friends. When Colleen has a hat on, you know she means business, and today we mean business. But let's make a little bit of breakfast for the day. I just washed off some blueberries that we picked this weekend. It wasn't the best blueberry picking. I think we're a little early in the season. Usually it's like so easy. They're like giant, but they're kind of little babies. But we are going to make a blueberry cinnamon bagel bowl. Okay, here's the dealio, friends. We're gonna start with some cottage cheese. Then we are going to take some, just like a half scoop of vanilla protein powder. I'm gonna put it in there. This is just gonna add a little extra protein. Cottage cheese adds a decent amount, but for a meal, I like to have a little more. And this is also going to, you'll see it kind of makes it almost like thick and vanilla-y. This is like, you're gonna whip it a little bit, and it's essentially gonna become like a cream cheesy texture. Trust me, it's delicious. I'm also going to put a little bit of cinnamon in here. Measure it with your heart. And again, we're just gonna whip this all together. Thick, it's very reminiscent of cream cheese. Now we're gonna take our blueberries, toss them in there. Eat some as you go. I took a bagel and chopped it. Well, I toasted it first, then chopped it up. We're gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna add some almonds. I did use a low-fat cottage cheese. Let me show you guys. This is my favorite cream cheese. This is my favorite cottage cheese. It's from Walmart. To me, this is the perfect consistency. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. It's perfection for just kind of like everyday stuff when you're eating it plain. So we used some of that, but it's low fat. So in order for me to feel satisfied, give my body the fuel it needs, we're gonna add some almonds. Always like to have a little more fat in there. A sprinkle on just like a tablespoon or two. And there we have our blueberry bagel bowl. I need to grab a spoon for this. Okay guys, my camera's gonna die, but I have two quick questions for you. So I was just doing some brainstorming stuff and I wanna ask you questions about podcasts and questions about blog posts. My first question is, which sounds more interesting to you in terms of podcasts? Expert interviews, think like doctors, dermatologists, dietitians, fitness instructors, all that stuff, or interviews with influencers going through their typical wellness routine, and then we kind of fact check or clarify, state the science behind things through that. Which of those two sounds more interesting to you? Let me know in the comments. I asked you guys on Instagram and I was kind of shocked by your response. So Let me know in the comments here. That's question number 1. Question number 2 is if there was a blog post on like, why is everyone wearing weighted vests right now? What are the benefits? Are they actually helpful? Or any blog posts, right? Would you prefer written and you can just read it? Or would you prefer an option to have an audio, a quick audio where you can listen to it? Those are the 2 questions I have for you. Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna eat this. My camera's gonna die. I'm loving this, you guys. It is so good. And the bagel is so satisfying in a bowl like this. You gotta try it. Alrighty, I still have my AirPods in. All right, friends, so I finished up my little plant thing here. Actually, this works out very well for a coffee holder too. I was sitting here and working earlier today, but we'll put that plant back up there. TBD if I put like a little table here, but oh, I like how this looks. I like it a lot. Okay, good. I'm glad. Look like a nice little seating area. I think this is where we'll do podcasts. Do you want to get into video podcasts? That's partly why I redid the space, but for some other things as well. So like I said, painted these black. It was super easy to make, guys. You guys asked me on my stories. So again, it's just like these wood circles that I got. They were like $1.50 from Michael's. These right here, I painted those black as well. Those are, I think it was like $3 for a pack. At Home Depot, I will link the ones that I got because I actually got the wrong ones at first. They were too big. And then this pole, I want to say it was either 20 or 30. I can't remember, but I'll look that as well. So easy to make, you guys. And guess what? I didn't have to drill anything in. So if you're like, I like that, but I don't want to have to like drill into my walls because like I said, wallpaper, it's great. I can't remember if I told you, everything else is hanging with clear fishing line. I'm slightly waiting for it to kind of like fall down, but we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another one. I know this one, it's Wednesday today. I did not anticipate this being this long of a video in terms of like spanning over this many days, but thank you so much for tuning in. As always, hopefully you got some ideas or some tips or some creativity, inspiration in you, whether it's food, whether it's decor, or it was just entertaining for you. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the little bell to be notified, all of the usual things, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'll see you later.